The 2026 Major League Baseball spring training season has been very active so far. With the MLB season right around the corner, these teams are using this time to evaluate players. While the results are not always the main focus, some teams have performed well and very early in spring training season. The San Francisco Giants have had one of the strongest starts, winning most of the early games with their young prospects and older prospects as well. Other teams such as the Dodgers, White Sox, and Brewers have also had a very competitive offseason. Several players and prospects have stood out to me, such as Leo Taveras, who is the top prospect in baseball for the Oakland A's. He's had an extremely good offseason and spring training season. He's very young. He's 19 years old, from Puerto Rico. There's just a lot of untapped talent there, and they believe he can be a day one starter for them now, but he's just very young, so they're trying to get him experience. Another prospect I'm very impressed with is Ben Kundra for the Royals. He's a Blue Valley Southwest kid. He's been very good. He's 24 years old. He's drafted in 2023, and he's been phenomenal. He's just pitching the ball very well, and he could see a lot of major league time this year. Unfortunately, they sent him down to AAA to start the year, but I think he'll be right back up with the Royals pitching staff. Spring training is also huge when it comes to player development because you need to develop your players, but you also at the same time need to make sure they're healthy. So making sure the roster is balanced with a lot of players that can step in if a player has a mishap, or if a player is injured, you also have a lot of guys that are younger that can develop and be a guy that you can see in the future playing for your club. Another major headline heading into spring training was how it was going to work with the World Baseball Classic. What the World Baseball Classic is all the best teams in the nation or all the countries compete and see who has the best team. So, for example, Team USA and Puerto Rico are headlining the event because they have the best MLB players in the league and they have the best talent. So they're going to compete. But what this means for spring training is a lot of their players are going to be gone. So this is a time that the prospects have to prove themselves and at the same time see if they could possibly beat out one of these stars or become a young star. This can impact spring training also because key players are away from their MLB teams. So you lose the connection aspect with their teammates, and then you also lose, the connection impact with the fans as well. However, it also brings excitement to baseball because everyone just loves the World Baseball Classic and seeing what country is the best in the world. Another headline is the Kansas City Royals. They've been using spring training to focus on player development, and that's what the Royals do. They usually don't go out and sign a lot of free agents because they simply just do not have the money. So they're really building around Bobby Witt Jr., the young star, and then the veteran catcher Salvador Perez, who are both competing in the World Baseball Classic, but they also remain important leaders for the roster, even though they're gone. With some of the players participating in the World Baseball Classic, other Royals players in the rosters have received more playing time, which is awesome because the Royals always need the next man to step up and always need someone to fill in the role if, say, one of their players like Bobby Witt Jr. or Salvador Perez get injured. With all that being said, I think the Royals and most of the MLB are very prepared for this upcoming season, even with the World Baseball Classic taking over a little bit. I think this MLB spring training has been one of the best we've seen with all the young stars, and how much baseball has kind of grew over the years shows how much talent we actually have in this league. So I'm really excited for this upcoming league, and I think there's a lot of young prospects people need to learn about.